Hello, how you doing? It's Andy Cunningham, Syngenta Trialist. It's the 9th of April and I realised today actually that I'd not given you an update from the trial site this year just to let you know exactly what's going on. So I thought I'd better rectify that. For those of you who've been to this site in the last couple of years, you'll know that we've had a bit of a focus on blackgrass control and also pushing yields on high reader barley using nitrogen. Now, for those of you who like that work, you'll be pleased to know that we're doing it again, but evolving it very slightly. So again, with the fertiliser work, looking at liquid and solid forms of nitrogen. So you got liquid, AN, and also urea, stabilised urea. And just looking at manipulating that again. We've got some interesting results at the minute in time. Like we've just had T0's just gone on last week, so we had our second split on the fertiliser timing, and because crops have got a little bit more foliage on them than they did last year, we've got significantly more scorching with the liquid formulation rather than the solids. And also a good point to note that AN, the ammonium nitrate form of the fertiliser, suffered last year because it was so much wetter, which meant the nitrates that were available went straight through for leaching. This year it's making it more available for the crop to grow. So that's quite an interesting aspect, and hopefully I'll have some decent results for you to see when you come to the open day. With the blackgrass, rather than just looking at product comparisons, we are actually looking at timings this year, so whether or not you get a delay in whether you get your pre-emergence on, and also what you're going to use, whether it's flufenicet plus Defy or whether you've got some sort of other partner such as pendimethalin or even trialate. We're also looking at whether or not you can apply your pre-emergence and how effective that is to a min-till scenario, and exactly how much trash is left over from the harvest prior, and whether or not that has an effect on locking up your herbicide, making it less effective. So you can have a look at that. Regards to fungicides control, again we'll be looking at SDHIs and when's best to place them. Is it at the T2 time, T1 time, T1 and T2, or even taking into account maybe applying them at T0. So last year we didn't get much disease, it wasn't a very diseasey year, as we all know it's very dry, whereas this year the weather has been quite kind up to this point anyway, which means that the levels of disease are higher than they were last year. So it might be a year where the T0 SDHI timing actually comes into its own, so that'd be quite interesting to see. We've got obviously our varietal strips. Within that we'll be looking at full fungicide programs versus ones that don't get a T0 versus a full physiological timing, so that's using strobilurins, triazoles and also SDHIs at full rates, just to see exactly how much effective they can be. And finally, we've got a nice little area of winter wheat where we're looking at maybe myth busting, or maybe a hot topic that people might want to query. Can you apply 0.4 of modus at that T0 time, or even at the T1 time, applying it all, and what will happen to the crop if you do? So we'll compare that against a standard PGR program. We're also looking at whether or not Axial can be applied at that T0 time along with your fungicide and your PGRs, and does it have an effect on the crop? I don't suspect it will, but there are people that might want to ask that question, and hopefully we can stir a bit of debate with that. And finally, within that area, we're looking at fungicides, and with the loss of chlorothalonil, what is the answer to that? How bad would our fungicide programs look like if you didn't have any chlorothalonil in, or is Folpet the answer, and comparing the two? So there are a lot of interesting topics for discussion. They're not always going to come out on the open day and be visually effective, but if anything it's going to hopefully stir some debate, as I said, and it'd be great to see you here. So if there's anything during the year I feel like you might want to have a look at, I'll keep you informed, but if I don't see you before the open day, yeah, have a good season. Thank you. Cheers.